GT7's hardest challenge. Welcome to the Hugh Hattrick channel and another video. This time it's called the hardest license challenge in GT7. Now you might disagree, you might think there's something that's harder, perhaps the latest Suzuka test when you drive the Formula 1 car in the maximum test that you get. But for me, this was the one that was really difficult. But finally, after many attempts, we managed it. Let's have a look at the lap. So we're coming into Eau Rouge. It's that wonderful left, right, up through the hill and along the top. Now this one is so dodgy. There are so many things you have to watch out for because it's a drying track. And the first thing being is that if you hit a puddle in this car, it will simply crash out, or it will drag itself over the curb and probably send you off. If not, it will just make you slide. It's really dodgy, so you have to watch the puddles. Secondly as well, the curbs. If you touch a curb, all you hear is the sound of crunching metal, and I'm not sure exactly where that comes from, but if you hit a curb, it also will bounce you off and potentially send you spinning. So the key thing here, we had to really watch where I was on the track, trying to follow a dry line, and then also try and keep the speed up. Now as we come down the hill on this wonderful long left-hand bend, it was really dodgy. The car would run out wide, so you had to really balance the throttle, and then eventually you could accelerate out and go as fast as you could. And we'll go in car, as you can see here. It's a very old car. It's on the racing hard tyres as well, which doesn't give you a lot of grip. Looks like he's driving one-handed, but he's got his hand on the gear stick, I think. And then changing down to get this bit. This is where, if I managed to get this far, it took me about 100 attempts to get this far, but then actually trying to get around here with something, and because it was just, you just spin off. Now then, accelerating as hard as you could, but the key thing was here, you would hit puddles, or if you had any kind of slight off movement, and you can see how easily it skids, and basically I can't, I'm trying to keep the throttle either at one position. Now I lost a wee bit of time there, but it was very hard to do anything with the throttle and then brake in time, because basically, look, you just, that curve wasn't quite so bad, lots of understeer, and then eventually you managed to get round the lap, and we got a 2:24.6. You had to get a 2:25, but boy oh boy was that challenging. Now let's see exactly what it's like again, and we'll go from a slightly different angle. So you have to accelerate so carefully. You see there's a bit of wet there, and already the wheels are spinning. So I'm coming round the right-hander. I had to just back off a bit and then try and keep it in fourth gear, and then into third. You can see it loses a wee bit of grip there. I'm just keeping the throttle at very small amounts, and then on up the hill. And this time I thought, right, I'm just going to have to brake as late as I can. And I could see the 150 board, and just before that I braked down and into second gear. I probably could have braked maybe a little bit later, but not by much, because here there's that crunching sound. You think, what have I hit? But it's only a curb. And oh, another crunching sound there. Never know in a car to make that sound when you just touch a curb. Then down into second gear, holding it nice and tight round here, and then accelerating out. Sometimes I changed up, other times I just kept it in second. And there you go. You have to be so smooth on the throttle, especially if you're using a wheel and pedals. And I would imagine if you're using a pad, it's going to be even more sensitive. Now some people have done times that are really quick, but I just was desperate finally to get a gold time here at Spa in this car, because this was the final one. I'd done like 98% gold, and this was the main one that was missing. I'd actually done a dirt race that for whatever reason I hadn't completed it, but I managed to get that no problem. But this was the only one that was left outstanding, and I finally got it. So here we are coming into the last section now, and how many times did I spin off coming into this section? Don't hit the left curb there, you'll spin off. You had to kind of keep it out to the right and then try and bring it across, and then you can see how difficult it was. Maybe I could add a little bit of power and turn, but it's Very, very tricky to get the car to turn and down into second gear, managing a little bit of that curb. It's not got a lot of grip. It's an old style car on racing hard tyres. But there you go. We eventually managed to get a 224.601. And so we did actually get the deal in the end. But it was quite a challenge. But let me know what you think. Did you like this challenge? Or did you think it was very tricky? Perhaps you're still trying to do it. Or did you think there were other challenges in GT7 that were far harder? It's good to hear from you as always, and I'll be back streaming again tomorrow morning with the new time trial. But thanks very much for watching to all our existing subs. And if you like the content, then please leave a like or consider subscribing as well. That would be amazing. But see you very soon. Bye just now.